First, before we really get started here, there's a storm moving in on me. Go figure, we're in the Midwest. I'm starting to get wind gusts up to 10 to 12 mile an hour. Anytime I feel that things are just getting out of control, we're shutting the fire down immediately and stopping the video. There's no sense to catch the woods on fire just for a YouTube video. Just don't make sense. Howdy ho, friends. I was at got a stick tied on my hand. There we go. At the Midwest Bushcraft Show 2023. And as a parting gift, I got something really cool. And it happens to be in this freaking bag. And I'm going to share it with you right now. This is my fire kit bag. And can you guess what I got? I'm going to show you. It is a brand new Flint and Steel striker from Buddy the Knife Maker. These things are freaking awesome. Let me show you the progression of my fire kit though. Let me get some stuff out of here. We'll need that later, and probably that later. My very first striker was actually a file that I had cut and rounded, and I think a tree fell. All right, we're good. This could be interesting, making fire in a rainstorm. Basically, I cut it out, had it rounded down, and this is the fire striker I used for years. It works great. And then a while back when I met the unknown hiker, he broke his in half on accident. He gave me half of his, and I used that freaking forever. And now we got the one that Buddy has given me. For Flint today, we will be using, we got several pieces. This is actually some old quartz that works good, but the spark on it's not very hot. No, actually you can see the quartz right there. This is some Missouri white flint. It's not as good as the Arkansas black flint, but it does the job. It puts out a really good spark, and I've got two pieces here. Actually, I've got a whole freaking chunk of it at home. I'll have to show that on Facebook and show you how I break them up to make these little pieces. So the first things we need to do is get some stuff out of the way. We're going to use this piece here. Put that there. We got a mess going on. So what we're going to use to catch our ember is simply going to be either a piece of char cloth, which I need to make some more of, which this is what most people use when they make a flint and steel fire. Or a while back I was talking on Facebook to some friends, and we were talking about steel wool, and I think I'm going to use that. They both will catch a great spark. And then I need to make some more char cloth, which we'll make here in a little bit, and I'll show you how that's done. It's real easy, not that hard. So we're going to pull off a little piece of this here steel wool. We don't need much, and make a little nest for it. Now I do, now to catch the spark, oh my God, I guess we'll use this one. I have a bunch of jute twine that I made into a bird's nest just in case it was really wet out. And that's what we're going to be using. Another thing to do, this is the underside of the bark. I'm not sure if it's a cottonwood or not, but this makes a great freaking bird's nest too. Unfortunately, it is just freaking soaking wet. But there is an easy way to dry this out. Is you take it all, put it on a rock, let it sit, let the sun get to it, it dries it out. There's even a faster way, is to take all this, shove it in a Ziploc bag, zip it all the way down to just a little bitty top of it, and then set it in the sun, and it evaporates the moisture out very quickly. So that's another option. Also, you can use grass, dry grass, but we don't have any here at the moment that we can use because everything's green because it's springtime. I have a very, I'm getting way ahead of myself here. So over here we have our kindling pile. Very small sticks, little sticks going to small sticks to medium size, all the way up to large that we'll be putting on the fire. And I need to break some of this up a little bit. There we go. You can also do the feather stick, works great, but we're just going to go this route. First thing where I want to do, I'm going to show you how I catch a spark on a piece of char cloth. Don't fall apart. There we go. It's not a little piece, but it'll work. Now, I do this in a very unusual way. A lot of people, where'd it go? We use this piece of flint. Put this, hold this up with their flint, and then kind of spark down on it and catch the spark that way. I'm not going to do that. I know I might be doing it wrong, but I'm doing it the way that works for me, because I stumbled through my words today. It's been one of them days, friends. I'm telling you right now. Train. So what I do, first I find the sharp edge of the flint, which is going to be right about there. Now you got to be careful when you do this. I'm putting this on my leg. You got to make sure there's not a sharp edge on the leg, because if there is, it's going to cut you. And just take the striker, and we're just going to go down until we get a nice little spark. There you go. We got our ember. And now, at this point, you would just go ahead and get it out of your glove before you set your hand on fire, but you would throw it inside your bird's nest, whatever you're using. And we have set my pants on fire. Okay. Next, we're going to do the steel wool. And this is going to move quick, friends, so I'm going to be flying when this happens. So a quick tip, once I put it in the bird's nest, I need to fluff this up, get more air in there. You want to blow up. You never want to blow down, because when the fire starts, it's going to get you in the face. It's not going to be good. Wow, that's already starting the fire in there. Okay, I got sidetracked. It literally almost caught that wood on there. I have some wood in the bottom of there that has bark on it, the inner bark, and it pretty much almost caught it on fire. All right. Okay, the bird's nest is fluffed somewhat. Steel wool. I think I want to use this little piece. Let's see. Ah! kind of looking up to see what's above me because these flames are coming up pretty high. It's dry out, and I'm making sure there's no dead trees up there. There might possibly catch on fire. All right, there you go. We got a self-sustaining fire. I'm going to bring you back when we get some coals, and I'm going to show you how to make good old-fashioned char cloth. Well, it looks like we got a good hot fire, and I made a very hot base of coals right here in the center. It's really glowing red down in there. Let's make a flat spot. What we're using is just a basically Altoids can. Nothing spectacular. This right here is a cotton black shirt, and we just packed it in a can. Boy, that fire is hot. Scooting back. A lot of times people will pop a hole in the center of the can, and when it stops smoking, it's done. I'm not going to do that. We're just going to freaking wing it. Now the goal is to set it right there in that hot spot of the fire, like so. Ah, lordy. And what's happening is that's going to heat up and basically char the cloth. Oh. Now, wow. Okay, I probably should grab my gloves out of the pack, but you know me. So that's going to take, I don't know, anywhere from an hour, maybe an hour and a half. We'll see. We'll check it about an hour and a half and see how it's doing. In the meanwhile, I'm just going to keep building coals up around it, and we'll see what happens. Roughly about a minute in the hyperlapse is an hour in real time. I think it's done. I pulled it off and let it cool down for a good half hour. We should be able to open it up with no problem at all. But trust me, you do not want to open this up when it's hot. Could flash up on you. Now, let's see what we got. Whoop. Oh, looks good. Yep, breaks up very nicely. Every little piece is charred, but we need to test it to make sure it works. Let's grab out the old fire kit here. You think I'd have all this stuff ready? No. I've got a storm kind of creeping up on me. That's why I'm moving kind of fast today. Alright. Let's use that striker. I don't want to use that. Uh-oh. Hang on. So we're about half hour away from getting hit by a storm, so we got to move quickly. I want to get all these cameras stashed away before it gets here. Actually, I had a camp set up right behind you guys where I was kind of chilling out most of the day. I've already broke it down and got everything stashed over there and ready to go. And I've got this shelter behind me if it gets too bad. Not a big deal. I've also got an emergency escape path, so we are fine, I hope. I don't like to be along the river during a severe thunderstorm, mainly because of the high winds. This is a sand and silt area. Trees will just flop right over, and we are on a floodplain. Okay, we're going to grab a little piece of this here char cloth. Use my unconventional method. Let's see what happens. There you go, friends. We have made char cloth. Now, if I could just rip off the piece that caught on fire, and we'll save the rest for later. Real simple, real easy. I'd like to thank Buddy the Knife Maker for donating these gifts to the people at the Midwest Bushcraft Show. Shane, thank you. I'm very happy to receive it. It works freaking great. I'm going to wrap this video up before all heck breaks loose. I'm sure you guys want to see that. I am doing a Trekking Tuesday video, which you probably already seen before you've seen this one. I think it'll go up first. So if anything happens, it'll be in that video. Comments are always welcome. How do you strike the char cloth with your flint and steel to make it spark? Do you hold it in your hand? Do you do it down here like I did? I'd like to hear any suggestions, questions, anything I can answer. Heads up, it is going to take me a little while to reply to the comments due to my work situation. And like always, friends, thanks for watching.